Hi everybody, this video is going to teach you how to turn your lab report into Turnitin.com. Okay, so what is Turnitin.com? It's a program that's going to check your lab report for plagiarism. It's going to compare your paper to other things on the internet and other things that have been submitted to Turnitin.com, and it's going to look for similarities, either exact phrases that you may have copied and pasted from somewhere else, or something that's been reworded but not reworded enough for it to be considered original. You will be given an originality report that tells what percentage of your paper is really too close or identical to another source. It's very normal for certain aspects of your lab report to show a high level of plagiarism. So things like your problem statement, how you're going to define your variables, your materials list, and your procedure are going to be very, very similar to the kids in your lab group because you wrote those parts probably together. Okay, but it's not normal for any of the paragraphs to be have a high level of plagiarism, because those should have been written completely unique, and there should not be the same sentence as your lab partner at all. So if you see that come up on your report, you probably want to rework it and resubmit it, and contact your teacher about hey, I need to resubmit this. There's also rubric capabilities within Turnitin.com that your teacher might use to actually grade it. And so then you would go back and sign into Turnitin.com in order to see the results of your lab report. Okay, so before you begin, you need to make sure you've got the class ID and the enrollment code from your teacher. These are the general steps. You're going to go to Turnitin.com. You're going to need to create an account. Be sure to keep a record of this. Your teacher cannot help you with it later. Okay, I often recommend for my students that they use their school email and school password just because it's easiest to remember, and they'll use this account for 4 years. So the whole time they're in high school, a lot of my school uses this site, so it makes sense for them to just keep it consistent. But make sure you record what it is so that you don't forget. All right, you'll need your class ID and your enrollment code. Once you're there, you're going to have to find the name of the assignment, and then you will make sure when you turn it in, you turn it in as an attachment or by clicking on the Google Drive button. Do not copy and paste into the text box because it will delete your data tables or make them look really funny, and you won't be able to see your graphs either. So sometimes my students will tell me that they get this little swirling image that says that it's still trying to submit, and sometimes it can stay on for hours. So just be aware of that. If that happens to you or something else weird happens and you don't really understand what's happening, make sure you email your teacher and maybe even attach your lab report to that email so your teacher knows that you actually had it done and that you tried to submit it. And that way you shouldn't get any late points taken off. So make sure you advocate for yourself and that you communicate with your teacher if you're having an issue. Hopefully you now understand how to turn something in through Turnitin.com. Give me a thumbs up if this video helped, and subscribe to see other videos like this. Have a good one. Bye-bye.